Hey guys! I'm really excited about today's Facebook Live. This is a question I asked you guys a couple days ago, what you'd like to know about me earning $106,057 last month, what questions you had for me, how did I do it, what was marketing, all of that sort of thing. And one of the questions that was coming up a lot is what was I actually selling and how much did I spend? And I hadn't even thought about how important that could be to you guys because, if I made $100,000 last month, but I spent, if I made $106,000, but I spent $100,000, it's not really a good deal, right? I'm trying to figure out how to get this setting. Bend, my little friend. There, maybe. You're just gonna fall right off, aren't you? I have this lovely tripod. Oh. I bent the legs of my tripod recently because I was wrapping it around something to be able to shoot a video from a weird location. And now it's refuses to work for me. All right, I'll figure this out in a second. In the meantime, while I'm getting this figured out, sorry, Lilo's like, you screamed. Why did you scream, Mom? Come back. What are you doing? Well, this is going well. She doesn't like it if there's any loud noises. No yelling, no clapping, no excited noises, guys. We got to keep it really under wraps here. So, in the meantime, let me give you a quick intro, and then I will figure out how on earth to get this to set here so it's not pointing at the ceiling. What I'm going to be going over today is actually some legitimate info. I'm going to be breaking down where the sales came in for my 100K month, what they were coming from. Is it one particular program that I was selling? Is it multiple programs? What that looks like? How many sales actually came in? I'm also going to go over my biz expenses. So what I spend on team, what I spend for Facebook ads or boosting Facebook Lives, what I spent on coaching last month, all of that goodness, okay? So that's everything that we're going to be diving into today. So as you hop on, say hi. I can see a few of you who have already joined. I'm going to make sure everything's working and rocking and rolling over here on Facebook, and I'm going to figure out a way to get this to set here so that it doesn't want to be in my lap. Maybe there. Oh good, this is a beautiful view of my ceiling. Hi, who is here? Hi, Pernil. Hey lady. I'm so excited that you've just joined my membership, the Live Free Society. I can't wait to work together. What is happening, little tripod? You can do it. Maybe I just need a bunch of pillows so I can be... I'm tall. I'm like 5'10". There's no reason that this is not showing up. Fine, let's switch. Let's try this. Okay, maybe we'll just go with that. All right, who else here? Amy's here. Christy. Hey ladies. Jocelyn. Thank you, Facebook. Please go back. Please scroll down. Hi, Terry. Good to see you. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and hop into this. Still feel like it's sideways. I was gonna put on my headset, but I don't know if I want to touch this once I get it situated. It may be time to order a new one of these. 700 Facebook Lives later. It's not that many, but I've done at least 100. Stand. This is all we're actually gonna talk about today is my tripod. I know you guys are really excited about that. It's gonna be pretty epic. Okay, who all is here? Let me get Facebook up so I can see that you guys can definitely see me, you can hear me, that we're rocking and rolling. OMG, I'm getting distracted again. I love it that the first thing I see every time that I get on Facebook is my Turned On Rich and Free Academy ladies. One of my ladies just posted. So just sharing my first win, I just started the alignment practice and within 24 hours I had 3 people paying in full for my mastermind. That's how it works, kids. That's how it works. It really can be that easy. All right, are you gonna stay there, my friend? Otherwise, it's gonna go straight in my crotch. So please don't do that, Facebook Live. Please stay there. Hi, Brittany. Awesome. Hey, Keisha. Great question, Keisha. Hopefully that helped. I answered a bunch of that over there. You guys had lots of great questions about this 100K month. So keep them coming, guys. Also, if you have any questions as I'm going, feel free to drop those down in the comments. Basically this is about what it actually took to create this 100K month. I actually think I'm gonna do a full-on workshop on this soon, just not yet, probably sometime this month, breaking down really in detail exactly what the marketing looked like, how often I emailed, what that looked like, what my daily mindset practice was, all of that, because there's enough content really to easily make it several couple hour, I think, Facebook Lives, and there's a lot of bonus resources and stuff that I've already outlined. So I think we'll probably do that sometime soon. But for now, I just was really called to share this with you guys because I think it started with Theo in my community last night. She asked this question. She was like, actually, let me just pull it up. That's probably the best way to do it. She had a great question about what it actually cost to make this $100,000 month. And that's such a valid question. Sweet. Okay, looks like I'm rocking and rolling over here in my Facebook group. Okay, Theo's question was, I'd love to know what your actual monthly business expenses were for April, or at a minimum, how much was spent on advertising and where, and any lessons learned on what didn't work out with marketing. You're amazing. Love this new energy. Awesome. So I think that's a really good question, and it's something that I'm really passionate about sharing with you guys because, like, this is the stuff that people don't share typically, right? They're like, I made $100,000. And then what they're not telling you is they spent $95,000 of that on like team and Facebook ads and paying affiliates and all that sort of thing, right? The return on investment for last month and we should actually calculate that. We can't because my calculator's on my phone. But that would be a really good thing to do because it was insane. My expenses were really low for what actually came in. Okay, can you guys hear me or should I put in my headset? Okay, what on earth? My little friend, you've been so good to me. Let's turn you. There you go. That'll help. There we go. You just need a little bit of support. See, we all just need a little support sometimes. There. Now it's gonna work. Except now I need a pillow because I'm so super low. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I can grab my headset if so, but it'd be easier for me just to rant on all this goodness, probably without it. When you're 5'10" and you need a pillow so that your Facebook Live screen can see you, it's absurd. I also love that I'm getting this angle. Good thing I've got all my chins under control at the moment. Hear me fine? Okay, cool. Awesome. So let's go ahead and dive into this. So what we're talking about is what did I actually sell last month? How many sales came in? What did it actually cost to bring in $106,057 last month? Where did that money come from? Was it from one particular program? Was it one-on-one coaching? Was it group coaching? Some mix of all of the above. That's kind of what I'm going to be breaking down for you. So I'm going to give you guys some exact numbers with this. And then any questions, drop them in the comments, okay? Any questions at all. Other thing is, I just decided this morning, and you guys may have seen my email this morning that was literally called Old School One-on-One Coaching is Dead. I'm sure that triggered some people. Hopefully it didn't offend too many people, but you know, it's dead for me, maybe is what I should have said. I started originally in the industry with doing like 90-day coaching packages. They were 90 days of one-on-one coaching with email support. And at this point, it's just not something that I'm particularly interested in. It's not something that I personally want to receive as a client. And I was feeling all this pressure to put those out there. And I'm like, I don't want to. Really, if we come down to it, I don't want things in my schedule. I was talking to one of my totally badass Academy ladies last week who has had multiple seven-figure businesses already. And she's a freedom fanatic, I almost just said, a freedom fanatic, and she doesn't have anything in her schedule. Like literally getting on the phone with me for a coaching call, she's like, I almost canceled this multiple times because I hate having things in my schedule. I'm kind of the same way. Like majority of the coaching that I receive with my coaches over Voxer, majority of the coaching that I do with my private clients is over Voxer. It's like voice and text messaging support. It's daily connection and daily support. So I was thinking about that this morning. And that's what inspired me to want to add that into the Academy. So I've just updated the Academy, my Turned On Rich and Free Academy. It's my 6-month mastermind, and now it includes 6 months of unlimited voice and text messaging with me. So every day you can be asking me questions and getting support and feeling supported in that way, because it's those daily 3mm shifts that make the biggest difference. It's not like there's this one big aha that you have during a coaching session and then you're good to go. It's really those consistent adjustments, consistently coming back into alignment, right? So that's something that I'm now including in my Turned On Rich and Free Academy, which is my 6-month mastermind. For all my ladies who are already signed up for that, if it's something you're interested in, you can upgrade to it for sure. It is a different investment, of course, because it's 6 months of daily one-on-one support, so it's very expansive. And if you're interested in working with me, this is the only one-on-one coaching that I'm putting out. There's not going to be any other one-on-one coaching programs coming along. So if it's something you're interested in, the link is up above in the description to message me directly. You can just message me directly and say, hey, Jess, I want more info about the one-on-one coaching, and I'll send you all those details, okay? So if you have any questions on that as well, feel free to message. I will figure out how I want to do this Facebook Live by the time it ends, I promise. What if I scoot you down? Are you going to be better or are you going to be worse? What if I scoot you up? Maybe. Maybe. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Who else here? Hey, guys. Perfect, perfect. Lynn's here. Hey, Lynn. Really like that. And I also decided not doing a one-on-one. Yeah. I mean, let me be clear. I'm not saying don't do one-on-one. If you are loving your one-on-one and it is inspiring you and just loving it, do it. Do it by all means. But part of the issue is, and this is why I really want to show you guys what it actually took to make 100K last month, is I didn't sell any one-on-one coaching packages last month. And I think that's kind of unheard of. It's like, well, obviously I sold one-on-one coaching, right? I probably just sold a bunch of 10K packages and that was it. Why do I feel like a little child on this? Ugh. I have so done this with this thing before. There you go. I'm sure it's my own thing. I'm sure for you guys it's totally fine. But I feel like this like little floating head and there's so much space above me. Okay, whatever. That's why I want to show you guys. There wasn't any one-on-one coaching actually sold last month. And in the past, you know, even this morning I was catching myself like, what am I selling? What am I doing? And the pressure was coming from needing to do one-on-one because I've been getting a lot of requests about it. And I'm like, well, I don't technically have a one-on-one coaching package. And I get now that I don't need this specific one-on-one coaching package, that I get to choose how I want to show up. And that's the biggest thing I want to share with you guys is you get to choose who you are, how you want to show up, what you want your business to look like on a day-to-day basis. And there is no rule that says you have to offer one-on-one coaching or that you have to do webinars or that you have to run Facebook Live or Facebook ads or Facebook Lives if they're not your jam in order to succeed. Okay. So let's start looking at some of this, some of these actual numbers so you can get an idea of what that looks like. And then let me know if you have any questions as we go on what this looks like, how you can use this in your own business. And if you have any questions about Turned On Rich and Free Academy, like I said, I just added 6 months of one-on-one coaching access in there. You can message me if you have questions about that and I'll share more details, okay? Okay, so here's the other thing. I guess here's a little bit of backstory. When I started my business, it was just me. I didn't do Facebook ads for the first like year and a half. One of the first people I hired was a virtual assistant and getting some support there. And there's going to be expenses in your business, right? If you think that you can run this business totally for free, and I'm just going to do it totally for free, I'm going to get a really cheap website off of Wix or Wibby or whatever else it is, and that's going to be how I do it. And no, I'm just going to use all the freebies for everything. Long term, it's not going to work. You can do it a little bit in the beginning, but really right from the beginning, even though I didn't have a lot of any income coming in, I still set myself up in a way that I wanted to feel professional and feel like I could grow into my business, right? So you don't have to have huge business expenses, but if there are things that you feel like you need in your business, give yourself permission to have them and to invest in those. Now, what happened to me beginning of last year is I started getting a little bit too in the shoulds of what I thought was required in order for me to be successful in my business. And what I mean by that is I got a big team that I was spending a lot of money on. I was running a lot of Facebook ads and I was basically like throwing money at the business with the idea that like, you know, if you throw enough money at the business, you'll probably make some, right? And I was thinking about this at the end of last week. Actually, because I went and purchased, this is what inspired this. I purchased these 2 turquoise necklaces when I was down in Utah. And these are most of the turquoise out there these days are like stabilized and dyed and all kinds of things. And these aren't. These are real turquoise from really amazing mines, put together by amazing Native American Indians in like Southeast Utah. And these 2 necklaces together were supposed to be $1,300. And I was having this moment of, and I got a little bit of a discount, but they still ended up being $1,100 for these 2 necklaces. And it was like, should I, shouldn't I? You know, it was a soul desire of like, I love these. I love these pieces. I love that this is an investment. I love that they'll be with me forever. I love that there's something I could pass on. And this is going back to your business because what I realized is anytime that I invest in soul desires, the money is returned to me swiftly and exponentially. But anytime that I invest in shoulds, it racks up debt. So what I'm getting really good at is anytime that I feel a soul desire, like purchasing these necklaces, even though I was like, should I, this is crazy. Do I really need to spend this much on a necklace? Like that, I was going to buy one and then I put them both on and I was like, why am I not just getting 2 of them? I know now that by saying yes to those desires, that money returns to me swiftly and exponentially. Where I got myself in trouble in the past was feeling like I needed certain things in my business because if I was going to be a professional entrepreneur, I needed to have those things, or I needed to invest in Facebook ads because that's what you're supposed to do. That's where I racked up debt. That's where I racked up credit card debt. On the flip side of it, when I've invested in soul desires, whether it's investing in a coach that I love, whether it's investing in a Chanel bag, like all of those things, I've watched the income show up for those immediately. So literally just last month, we decided to get our backyard landscaped, and I knew it was going to be a decent investment, but I wasn't completely sure. And it ended up being $16,000 in cash that we basically need to have ready pretty much immediately to landscape our backyard. And it was a true desire. It was a soul desire. We had to pay $50 up front and then $50 afterwards. And it was crazy. We wrote the check for $8,000 to the amazing business that was doing our landscaping. And literally within 24 hours, the other $8,000 had come in. And this is what I mean by investing in soul desires. And so when you look at your business, think about the programs or the team members or whatever it is that really are soul desires for you that you've been putting off versus what are the things you think you need to have in order to make money online that are probably just someone else's rules, okay? And this is something you could literally be taking notes during this for sure and start writing down, like if you had $1 million in the bank right now, what systems and structures would you add to your business? Think about that. You had $1 million in the bank right now. Tell me in the comments here, what systems and structures would you add to your business or what team members? Would you hire someone? Is it a VA, a virtual assistant, a Facebook ads expert, someone to manage your schedule? Just realized I didn't put on my lipstick or my lip gloss at the beginning. Tell me in the comments below, if you had unlimited funds right now, what is your true soul desire and how you would invest in your business? Is there a coach that you would hire? Is there a program that you would purchase? Would you hire a Facebook ads expert? Would you get a new email system? Would you get a virtual assistant? Like what are some of your soul desires at the moment in terms of who you would love to add to your business to help it grow even faster? Tell me that in the comments first and foremost. And while you're doing that, here's the thing that I've learned, and even just the last week, and now I'm seeing how it's played out as I look back for evidence. I now know that every time we say yes to a soul desire, the money shows up immediately, or it either shows up immediately or shows up like shortly afterwards, swiftly and exponentially every single time. Okay? Hey Nina, Legina, Donna, hey guys. We're talking about what it actually costs to make money in your business. And we're talking about soul desires and how every time that you say yes to a soul desire, and this could be a team member, this could be spending a certain amount on Facebook ads, whatever it is, that it actually increases your income. Okay. So for me, what I'm realizing now is that when you deny or put off soul desires, you're actually turning down the knob to abundance. This is so important. I can tell you that beginning of last year, I invested in a ton of team and tons of Facebook ads because I thought it's what I needed to have a successful business. And I spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in a single month on a lot of these pieces. And it ended up racking up in credit card debt because the launch didn't go as well as I wanted it to. And I was doing things out of should instead of out of soul desire, okay? So what shifted is making decisions on soul desire, because here's what I know. When you deny your soul desire, you are turning down the knob to abundance all the time. Now, here's what separates the people who are insanely successful from the people who are doing okay or trying to get going or hustling and struggling a bit. The ones who are insanely successful say yes to soul desires, even if it freaks us out, right? Now, I can tell you that there's multiple times that I've invested in my business or invested in myself or even buying these necklaces, these turquoise necklaces, like I said, that were like $1,100. I bought these last week. There was part of me that was like, what am I doing? There's so many other things I could be spending this money on. Like what, there's this judgment that pops in. But what you learn when you're in alignment with your soul and you're listening to soul desires is that if you don't say yes to a soul desire, I know that I'm literally blocking abundance from me. Okay? Awesome, Pernell. Someone doing all the tech and a soulmate business mentor. For sure, right? For sure. I think that that's pretty solid across the board, Pernell. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. I think these are things that are soul desires for many of us, is a soulmate business mentor and then someone who's doing all the tech.
right? These are things that we love that would be so, so helpful for us. When you invest in that, even if it freaks you out, you are literally turning up the knob to abundance in your life, in your business, even if it feels crazy, even if you feel like the funds aren't there. So let's look at what it actually took for me to bring in $100,000 last month, $106,057. Not that anyone's counting, but that's a practice I do at this point. I'm very intimate with my finances and I know exactly what's coming in on a daily basis, plus what's going out. I really consistently budget in this way, and I can show you guys some of that too if you're interested. And definitely drop any questions here below, guys, as we're going. Hey, Carrie Ann. Hi, Diana. Welcome, welcome. Why this is so important and why I'm so glad that Theo asked this question over in my group about like what did it actually cost to make this amount of money is because beginning of last year, I was investing heavily in my business, but out of the shoulds. And what did that do? It created credit card debt. Whereas coming into this year, I'm spending plenty of money right now. Don't get me wrong by any means, but everything that I spend is soul desire, soul desire, soul desire. Everything I spend turns me on, lights me up, and excites me. So here's some examples of what my business expenses were, because at this point, I think my business is insanely streamlined. In terms of team members, my husband now works with me full time, so he helps a lot with customer service and a lot of the back end tech. In terms of what I actually paid team, I have a Facebook ads expert, I have a social media, I've just lost what your title is. A social media expert. She manages my social media. And I have a virtual assistant. Those are my three main team members. I spend approximately $3,000 a month on my team members. Okay. So about $3,000 a month is going to team members. And then my intention at this point, I just started increase my Facebook live spending. So here's something interesting about my business. I don't do Facebook ads. I don't do Facebook ads. I stopped doing Facebook ads about a year ago. I personally just don't think they're as effective as they used to be. And I found that Facebook Lives are so much more insanely effective to grow my list, to bring people into my funnels, to sell my programs, all of that than Facebook ads are. And guys, if you have questions on any of this, like who are my team members, what do they do for me, why don't I use Facebook ads, any of that, go ahead and drop those in the comments. I'll keep watching those here. This is totally open to all Q&A here as well, okay? So these days I only boost Facebook Lives, and I've been doing this for about a year. I was spending about $50 a day boosting Facebook Lives, and I just bumped it up to $100 a day about a month ago. So I typically spend about $100 a day boosting my Facebook Lives. But here's the thing, that I am not saying that you need to go spend that much to be successful in your business. The reason I now spend that much in my business is because I'm seeing a return on investment on it within 24 hours tops, okay? This is what happened. Back in 2016, I spent about $35,000 on Facebook ads, and I didn't see a return on investment. So from that point going forward, I was like, I'm not running these. This is stupid. These are expensive. I'm not seeing a return on investment just because it's what you're supposed to do. Like, who cares? I'm going to do it my way instead. And so I actually had a dream last summer on a camping trip that I was going to start using Facebook Lives in the way that I still do, where you guys will see up above in the description. Like right now, this Facebook Live, if people are interested in working with me, you would click on that link, which would immediately open up Messenger, and you could message me about more details about working together one-to-one for the next 6 months. So that's what this Facebook Live will do. Probably when this Facebook Live wraps, I'll go ahead and reach out to my Facebook ads team, and I'll ask them to boost this Facebook Live. So I'll start boosting this for $50 a day so it gets in front of as much of my audience as possible. So that's building a relationship that'll have people reaching out to me about my one-on-one coaching that leverages my time and the content that I'm putting out there. I don't do Facebook Lives anymore. I will say that I don't think that we've hit full budget on that. So I don't think we're hitting the full $100 a day at this point. So I think I spent about $2,500 last month on boosting Facebook Lives. I didn't do any Facebook ads. So that's $3,000 last month on my team, which was my Facebook ad specialist, my virtual assistant, and my social media manager, and about $2,500 last month on Facebook Live. So that's about $5,500 I spent there. In terms of I have to bring this up because I'm not even sure what it is off the top of my head here. I wanted to bring up for you guys what I actually spent on systems and structures. So you have an idea of that. So that's things like I use Infusionsoft. I have ClickFunnels. Honestly, we probably need to go through there and clean that up a little bit because I'm not really using Zoom much at this point because I'm not really doing webinars. I probably will do one again. Maybe. I kind of just like my Facebook Lives and they're easy and super effective. So why would I do anything else? This is why I'm so passionate about actually doing this workshop with you guys about what my marketing looked like last month. Because to be totally honest, I came into the month with, I now choose to receive $100,000 this month plus, and I now choose to do it by emailing, doing Facebook Lives and social media posts. The end. I did nothing else. I was like, people can reach out to me or through these avenues, and that was it. I didn't have any editorial calendar. I had no launch formula. I did no webinars. I did nothing like that. This can be so simple. This is what I was gonna do the Facebook Live on before I decided to do this topic instead. This can be so simple. You don't need a target market. You don't need webinars. You don't need sales conversations. You don't need any of this stuff. You don't even need sales pages, guys. A majority of my sales came in last month over Facebook Messenger. Like, I didn't realize it could be this easy, okay? I didn't realize it could be this easy because I hadn't given myself permission for it to be this way. I thought it had to be really complicated. I thought you had to have the perfect structure. I thought I had to figure out who my ideal client was and who my target market was. Thought I had to pay all this money for Facebook ads to get in front of the right people and find clients. It's all a bunch of bullshit, okay? It's something that people tell you because they don't actually know and they're locked into the lie themselves. And so they create programs and courses around it to get you. They're not trying to do bad things because I've sold programs and courses around it too. It's just when you know better, you do better, okay? When you know better, you do better. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with strategy. Like, I love email marketing. I love funnels. I love knowing what my conversion rates are. All of that is amazing. And it's icing on the cake. It's not the cake, okay? It's icing on the cake. It's not the cake. So I may or may not be able to, oh, there it is. Pull this up here. We're actually in the process of balancing our budget again, which I don't balance my budget in a normal way. What we do is we balance our budget in terms of what's our ideal desire, what's our ideal expenses, what do we want to spend a month, what have we been spending a month for the last 3 months, last 6 months, last year. We look at those averages, and then I set up the business to cover all of that. I kind of flip budgeting on its head. I don't believe in like, well, I have $5,000 this month, so I got to stay in budget. Like, fuck budgets. I don't do budgets. But I'm insanely intimate with my finances. I just don't do old school budgeting because I don't think it works for expansive visionary leaders. Let's see. So looking here at dues, subscriptions. Oh, this included coaching too. So this would be, so it said payroll. Last time I looked at it was $2,675. So about $3,000. Oh, that includes accounting as well. So that's my Facebook ad support, not Facebook ads. Facebook ads themselves are separate. This is just my lovely team that runs the Facebook ads. My social media team, my VA, and accounting is probably around $3,000 is what I spend there a month. In terms of dues, subscriptions, that sort of thing, this is stuff like Infusionsoft, WordPress, Zoom, Instant Teleseminar, ClickFunnels, GoDaddy, MiniChat, Proof. I'm kind of obsessed with these things. We probably need to go through here and clear this out a little bit. But I get kind of excited about every new tech thing. So if you're also happen to do that and buy all the tech things, it looks like last I checked, I was actually spending about $2,500 there too. So that's what, and I think that included some coaching. So I'm going to say that's probably closer to $2,000 what I spend a month in terms of like all of those tech and subscription and foundational pieces. So 3, 4, 5, so that's about $5,000 there in team and in having my business just up and running. Basically this part of it. And then I spend between $2,000 and $3,000 a month boosting Facebook Live. So what is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So between $7,000 and $8,000 a month is what I'm spending to run my business. This is why when I tell you guys when my income dropped to like $13,000 one month last year, I'm like, no. My monthly expenses between business and lifestyle are about $18,000. If you guys want that number, I'm pretty transparent. I don't hide anything. So that's like my mortgage, my auto, my truck and my car, my entire business is included in that. My Facebook ads, everything. I spend about $18,000 a month. But let me be clear. That's like eating out every night. That's most of my travel. Like that's my lifestyle in general. Any questions? Any questions on this, guys? I know I'm going through a lot of numbers really quickly. Hey, Anne. Hi, Christina. Okay, great question, Pernille. I'll hop into that in just a second. If you guys have any other questions about this, go ahead and drop them here in the comments, and I'll go through all these here in a second. So really, if we're getting down to it, in terms of business expenses, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say 8. I'd say I spent probably about $8,000 last month to bring in $106,057. Okay, not a freaking bad return on investment, right? That covers team members, that covers all ad spend, which I don't actually do traditional Facebook ads, so that's boosting my Facebook Lives. That includes everything I use in my business, from Zoom to WordPress to every plugin, everything, okay? So I spent about $8,000 last month and brought in $106,057. Any questions on that part? Any questions on that? My monthly expenses, what my team looks like how I do all of that. Pernille, when did you start having a team? Did you do it by yourself in the start? Totally did it by myself. I hired a virtual assistant relatively quickly though, because I knew I needed some help. And there's so many amazing virtual assistants out there who are insanely affordable. And I think women wait too long thinking they need to hire someone full time. You don't. You could hire someone for $15 to $20 an hour for a couple hours a week who would be saving you so much time, and you could be making so much more money that it does not make any sense to be running the whole business by yourself. But yeah, I built my entire website. I learned how to do the back end stuff, some of the coding and all of that. Oh my gosh, for sure. So, I mean, one of the first things that we focused on in my business even was retiring my husband from his 9 to 5. He was one of my first people that really worked with me and took over a lot of the tech pieces. So yeah, definitely get help as soon as possible. But guys, look how streamlined my business is. I have Luke, my husband, who is my full-time business manager at this point and has been since he quit his job. I mean, within 6 months of me starting my business. So that's one person that works with me. My virtual assistant, my social media manager, who kind of takes care of making sure that we have a post out every day on my social media, and she just kind of repurposes my content, helps me make sure that I actually get back to everyone's comments, because it's really important to me to have that hands-on feel in my business. But as the business grows, since my whole focus is impact millions, make millions, live luxuriously, give back generously, if I'm impacting millions, sometimes I need a reminder to make sure I don't miss anyone's comments. So she helps do that as well. Yeah, that's it. Facebook ads expert, social media manager, and virtual assistant. Those are my 3 main team members, in addition to my lovely husband, who helps with a lot of the tech side and kind of overseeing everyone. But those are the main people who are on consistent payroll. Oh, and our accountant. Yeah, we have an accountant as well. And obviously taxes stuff and all of that. That's kind of a separate thing. So in terms of those were the actual business expenses, probably about $8,000 to bring in about a little over $106,000 last month. Having a VA is such a huge help, for sure. What tasks do you have your VA do? My VA at this point does scheduling. She is the main person who manages info@jessicacaver.com, which is where all my emails come from. So if people reply to an email or tell me they love it and that sort of thing, she passes that message on to me and then responds to them. For instance, I had these modules that needed to be split up. I'd written these huge long modules a couple years ago, and so she went through those and split those up for me. She kind of does all the odds and ends tasks that aren't Facebook ads or social media managing. Everything else is really what my assistant Catherine does. Actually, so right now, she's doing all the in-between details with setting up my live event in June. So I'm doing a live event in June for my Turned On Rich and Free Academy ladies. So she's the one who's in talks with them. She's getting the contract figured out. She checks in on stuff for me so that I'm not going back and forth. And she just took that over. My husband a couple weeks ago, he's like, "Why are you doing this?" Oh yes, that's why I have a virtual assistant. So those sort of things. Okay, so those were my expenses for the month. Any other questions around that? Good. Okay, so that's unique. That's unique, guys. To spend, that was total in team and ads and everything that brought in that amount. And that was cash income. That was not sales. And so I don't really see that our team is going to need to grow that much either. I think we'll probably bring my virtual assistant on a little bit more, maybe full time, as my programs grow and as everyone needs a little bit more customer support. We could possibly need another person with customer support at some point. I don't see, like, we're not in a space right now where it's like, wow, we really need to hire. Like, that expense and that is working really well. And I learned that from doing it really wrong and spending a ton of money last year. It's like glowing. Are you guys getting that? Spending a ton of money last year on team. It wasn't even last year. It was like January, February. By March, I was like, something's wrong with this. And then proceeded to let some people go because it wasn't necessary. Do I have an accountant and an attorney? Yeah. So I have, my accountant is on, I think it was like 170. We have a bookkeeper and an accountant for sure. And then for our attorney needs, we have someone who specializes in online business. There's the word, online business. But yeah, Anissa, definitely. Definitely have an accountant, definitely have an attorney, we have a bookkeeper that helps just keep things set up for us so that everything's really clean and easy when it goes to tax time. And then like, here's the other thing, guys. We're incredibly, I might even be able to flip this around for you. Let me just flip this around for you. I can't believe, can I do that? Yes, here. I'm kind of like, I can't believe I'm showing you guys this, but why not? Okay, so this is, if you can see it here, this is how like on track of finances I am. So you can see that at the start of the month, $100,000 was my income goal. So this is how personally myself, and I'm not the one doing the bookkeeping, this is how on track of my finances I am. So January 1st, well, it started the month, I wanted $100,000 to come in. So January 1st, you guys can see these are the cells that I'm seeing come in all the time. So 97 came in, 197 came in, 15, 997, 197. So I can kind of break these down a little bit for you. This shows you what's actually coming into my business, and it goes across the board here as it fills up, which is amazing. And so I was checking just a little bit ago, and I think there was over 100 cells last month. And switch this back for just a second. If you guys have questions on that, let me know. But that's something that I'm doing every single day. I'm looking at what has come in today. What has come in income-wise? Where is the income coming from? Where do I desire more income to come from? What steps do I feel called to take to make sure something is working? And that's where the income's coming from, not to like make something happen. So what I'm showing you with this is that I'd already decided at the beginning of the month that I was making $100,000. So every cell that came in, I was just counting down. I already decided, I know this is happening. This is who I am. It's already done. And so when you guys saw those, like the first thing that came in was $97. I'm sure that was an info product that was coming through a funnel. The next one was $197. I'm guessing that was a payment plan for one of my group coaching programs, right? The next two things were $15, $15. Those are going to be tripwires in my funnel. First thing that shows up after someone opts in. Then there was about $1,000 sell. So that would have been someone signing up for Turn On Rich and Free Academy, at the founder's rate. That was the payment plan. So you guys can see there's a mix of things coming in. My income at this point is very diversified, and that is intentional, okay? So majority of income last month came from Turned On Rich and Free Academy, for sure, which is why this coming into alignment and working from flow and working from that space, that's everything. I think I had about 23 people in Turned On Rich and Free Academy, which is my 6-month mastermind at the moment. My freaking favorite place in the world. If you guys want to know the truth, I just love, love, love and adore these women. And I actually, oh my God, and like the breakthroughs and the ahas and the results, literally as I was hopping on here at the beginning of this Facebook Live, one of my clients just shared that she just started doing the alignment practice. And of course, within 24 hours, she had 3 people sign up. And I think she said pay in full because it's that easy. So guys, I'm showing you all these details just because I am a good business person. I've got my business goodness down at this point. I know my numbers. I know what I desire to be earning. I know all of those details. And I also get that that's really like 20%, that the majority of what made $106,000 last month was because every single day I do my alignment practice, is because every single day I share my message, is because every single day I sell, right? Every single day. So even yesterday, I was like, I'm not really in the mood to do anything. I was not wanting to do anything yesterday and was like, okay, what's going on? Let's just explore this. And so the email I sent to my main list yesterday didn't sell anything. However, I always have Facebook Lives that are being boosted on a regular basis that send people to a free resource that then has a tripwire after it because I love me some funnels also. So I know that even if I don't want to do anything for a day, that my Facebook Lives are always running. So there's always income coming into my business, right? And it does not matter the price point. You do not need to be offering like high premium one-on-one coaching. That's what I used to think you had to do. So I did just open my 6-month one-on-one. That is an option. Of course, that is more of a premium offer. You have daily access to me over voice and text messaging. Like, can you imagine what your life and your business will look like if you were daily messaging and sending me voice messages and we're having conversations on a daily basis? Like, there is no going back in that kind of an incubator. So I just opened that. So Turned On Rich and Free Academy, my 6-month mastermind, now includes 6 months of unlimited one-on-one support with me. If this is something you're interested in, I just opened it. It is going to be a limited number of spots because you have a ton of access to me. And so I want to make sure I'm fully available and present for my one-on-one clients, of course, because that's super important to me. You can always click the link above and message me. And for those of you who are already in Academy, if you want that option or are interested in learning more, message me. It is a higher price point, so it's something that you would have to upgrade to, but it's definitely a possibility. Not just a possibility, it's definitely available there to you. Every single woman who's in Turned On Rich and Free Academy is a total soulmate badass client. Like, yes, if any of you want to upgrade, let me know. Is that for founders too? Yeah, so the founders rate, you don't get one-on-one added to it, Amy, because the price is like more than tripled what it was when you guys signed up. It's quadrupled actually. But if you want to know the truth of it, the one-on-one support is unlimited voice and text messaging over Voxer. So for anyone who signs up at this point, at the investment that I've created as of today, you get that one-on-one support. So Amy, if it's something that you're interested in, you would just upgrade to it. I love you, but yeah, no, you guys, you can upgrade to it though. I've had a couple ladies who already reached out. Yeah, you could PM me, Amy, and I'll just send you the details. Because what we would do, Amy, we would just apply your previous investment to it. And then you could either do pay plan or pay the full, whatever you want to do. Yeah, exactly. So yes, everyone who's already signed up for Academy, you can apply your previous investment. This is by no means like, well, you missed out just because you guys are my favorite people on the planet. Totally not going to give you this opportunity. No, doesn't work that way. Oh, that was the whole point of this rant. So that's one thing I have. I do have this higher level package, but on the flip side of it, guys, for the last week, I had a $97 offer out there. And one of my old fears was, well, how am I going to make money with a $97 offer? And what I realize now is it's not about the price point. It's about your energetic state. So I've already decided, just like I did last month, of course I'm making 100,000 plus this month, period. That's who I am. That's how it works. That's how it goes. I'm not available for anything else. And it doesn't matter what I sell or what price point it's at or what strategy I use, I get to choose that because I'm magic and so are you. And I know that if we tap into this energetic space, we can attract and create anything. So literally by offering this $97 package in the last week, there's been about 25,000 come in cash income. So that's right on track with making $100,000 a month, right? Of course, that's all it is. That's all I'm available for. That's how it is, period. Now, that's not just in sales of that flash sale. That's also including like some payment plans that come in, tripwire sales that come in, other things like that. But that's really what has to happen first is you decide what is it that you desire to make. You decide it's already done, and you've got to align yourself to that frequency every single day. And then from that space, what do you want to offer? Doesn't matter. Those two things can be separate. Hi, Lana. Of course. Yes, of course, Keisha, right? Of course. Okay. Oh, here's something I didn't touch on. I want to talk about what I actually sold last month, but I also wanted to talk about, there's one other business expense I didn't talk about. So I spent $8,000 last month in my business to create $106,000. So that was including team, that was including my ad spend, that was including, like systems and structures, all of those goodies. I spent more in coaching last month than I probably ever spent. Yeah, nope, that's completely true. I was invested in 3 different coaching programs with one coach. I was paying off something for the beginning of the year that was about $2,700. I had a payment for a retreat that was like, the retreat originally was like $2,500, but I was paying $1,200 on that. And then I signed up for like the next level unlimited one-on-one coaching. So I spent close to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I spent close to $10,000 last month in coaching. So I'm not saying you have to do that. But let me give you a quick example of something real quickly. So for the last year or so, I was like, I don't need a coach. I got this on my own. And that's when I started slipping out of alignment. That's when I started studying what everyone else was doing. That's when I tried to do it like the cheap way. Like, well, how many emails are they sending? And what are they saying? And all of this sort of thing. And part of the reason was I hadn't found a coach that I really resonated with. The other part of the reason is I don't know if I wanted to. I think I wanted to do it on my own and I wanted to do it on the cheap. And I kind of slipped into this old thinking of like, I can do it all on my own. I don't need to invest in a coach. And I'm not saying you have to have a coach all the time, but if you come across someone that you resonate with, this is exactly what I was saying at the beginning of this. If you come across someone that you resonate with and you say, no, not right now, or later, or maybe some other time, literally what you're doing is taking the abundance knob and you're turning it down. It's like you're turning down the volume on life. And I did that for well over a year because I was in denial of so many of my desires. Really, we could have got our backyard landscaped for at least like half of last year. And we didn't because I was in money freak out mode, not in a space of, it was like, it can wait. So what did I do? Abundance knob, turned it down a little bit. Oh, I don't need a coach. I'm good. I'll just sign up for everyone's webinars and, do the free stuff or sign up for even like the cheap courses because I don't really need this. Took the abundance knob, turned it down a little bit more for myself. What else did I deny last year? Oh my gosh, so much. New furniture for my house. Getting facials, like, nope, no, I don't need any of those. I'm not gonna do my hair anymore. Why would I do that? Let's just let it be natural. Like, I have no problem with it being natural, but if the true desire is get it done. Literally, your income depends on it. This is gonna have to be a whole other Facebook Live, but I'm so passionate about this and I realize it now. It makes such a difference. And so at this point, I spend about $6,000 a month on coaching for myself because it's a true desire. It's a true soul desire. And I know that every time that I was ignoring that and denying that I was turning down the abundance knob. And so if you too, like, in your heart and soul that you want more and you're ready to step into that next level and you're not available to turn down the abundance knob and you're ready to just like own it fully, then message me. Click the link above. You can message me. Let me know if you want more details on working together one-on-one for the next 6 months and you get full access to my Turned On Rich and Free Academy as well. It's epic. I can't even begin. I might just pull it up here while we're chatting. Any questions on how all of this works, what I spend, what my income goes to, what my team looks like, what I actually sold to make $106,057 last month. Any questions on that, guys? In the meantime, just real quickly, I'm going to stock my Turned On Rich and Free group because I have to share these with you guys. They're so freaking good. I just love and adore these women. I'm in here every day answering all the questions. We have coaching calls every single month. We have coaching calls every single week. Weekly calls where there's like tons of questions. It's just super, super active. So much good stuff. Someone just launched their new one-on-one coaching package today, which is amazing. One of the other ladies just put out her mastermind and sold 3 spots immediately, of course. And the cool thing is it's like such an amazing mix of ladies. Like some ladies are just getting started from the beginning of the business, but some people already have 7-figure businesses in this group. And so it's not about where you're at in your business. It's about your energy. It's always about your energy. That's who I accept into this community. It's who I work with. It's all about the energy. Okay. So I'm just going to keep talking about that. You also get instant access to all of my courses and programs. So if you have strategy questions, you have everything for that. You can, of course, ask me anything about that. I reviewed someone's copy today for their sales page. Like that was just something she posted in the group. So that's something we did. But that's what it's about. That's what it's actually about. So let's see. In summary, let me get on the chair here. I spent approximately $8,000 last month in my business. That includes Facebook ads. That includes my entire team. That includes all systems and structures. I spent about $10,000 last month in coaching. It'll be about $6,000 a month going forward. There were some past things I was spending there. So, I mean, in general, what is that? Not those, I'm just thinking about in my budget. In general, my budget is about $18,000 a month. That covers all business expenses, living expenses, and everything. Plus my coaching, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So about $24,000 a month covers all my bases. Everything else just goes to what I desire next, what I'm stepping into next, what I'm investing in next, and creates that spaciousness. Hi, Lauren. Hi, I hope it's Meta. Any other questions, guys? Any questions on any of this? You know I'm an open book. I just showed you exactly what was coming in. If you're just hopping on, you can scroll back. I showed you guys exactly what came into my business last month. Like I said, there was over 100 purchases. And a lot of people, are repeat people because when you have your soulmate tribe, like they purchase from you repeatedly because they love you and you love them and the results are epic and it's just can be that easy, right? So there was over 100 purchases last month. I have 23, I think, people in Turned On Rich and Free Academy right now, and probably about 15 of them signed up last month, and the rest signed up beginning of the month or end of the month before. And then it's everything from like info products to payment plans to tripwires and everything in between in terms of where the income came from. So what I'm committed to is that income comes into my business every single day. It's a non-negotiable for me at this point. That's who I am. That's all I'm available for, is income comes into my business every single day. The space that I'm stepping into is 5K days. And if we're getting real and honest here, the true vision is five figure days. I'm not there yet. I'm leaning into it. I'm leaning into the possible. Not only do I know it's possible, I know that it's more than available to me. What I will be starting to shift into is 10K days. 10K days and 300K months. Because that's the frequency. When you start choosing the frequency that you live at, you don't have to figure out where the money's going to come from. That was the coolest part about last month, guys. I never was like, okay, I'm going to make $100,000 and here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to sell this many spots in this program. I don't do that shit anymore. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. I did it for years and it doesn't work. Here's what I do instead. I decide how much I'm going to earn. I decide that it's already done. I now choose to receive this amount. I now choose to be the woman who makes this amount a month. And then every single day I come into alignment at least once, if not multiple times throughout the day. And from that space, I ask myself, what do I want to sell? What are the emotions of the woman who already makes $100,000 a month? How do I show up? How do I want to sell things in terms of what's the way that's going to light me up the most? Because I'm going to be honest, I'm being selfish here in terms of how I want to show up. I wouldn't do this Facebook Live. No, this is what I did in the past, is I did wanted to do everything for everyone else and wanted all the results and was wondering why it wasn't working. I'm doing this Facebook Live for myself because I love to do Facebook Lives. I love to do Facebook Lives. I love to connect with you guys. I love to see your comments. I love that we get to hang out right now. I love that when I wrap, I'm going to feel just like so lit up and so energized that I'm going to go out here in this gorgeous sunshine because it's 80 degrees. I've been sitting out there all day. Like, there's nothing that I'm not doing this because it's like, this is what the marketing says I have to do. I'm doing this because I love to do this. Now, once it's wrapped, will I have my Facebook ads specialist boost it? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Because that is strategy. That is, I believe in getting my message in front of as many people as possible. But really, it comes down to desire and truth and love, because I'm so tired of seeing women come to me and ask me like, well, what should I do? Or what's the right marketing? Or who's my target audience? Or how do I find them? And I'm like, it's none of that. None of those questions. None of those questions are the answers, okay? The answer is for you to decide who you are and what you're available for, how you want to show up in the world. The answer is for you to be a leader. The answer is for you to show up in a way that people are magnetized to you. How do you do that? You be yourself. People are so hungry for authenticity, for vulnerability, for real content, for real, don't just give people a bunch of fluff. We're all over it. You being you is the most epic thing that you could possibly be, okay? You being you is exactly what this planet needs. And people buy your energy, not your products, okay? People buy your energy, not your products. So even one of my academy ladies was asking me this morning, she's more in like the health coaching area, health coaching and like fitness area, and she's wanting to talk more about mindset and money and manifestation and all this goodness. And she's like, I don't know how to fit them together. And when it comes down to it, you don't have to figure that out. You just get to be you. You get to share your message. You get to show up on a daily basis and work in that way. Like I've even considered doing, putting out some sort of like a body program, because I chose to be naturally thin. A couple of years ago, I was about 20 pounds heavier, and it wasn't my natural weight. It is something that had happened because I'd gotten unhappy and I'd started binge eating and all kinds of other things that weren't healthy. And so when I started using the exactly same mindset practices that I used to create $100,000 months or 10K months or whatever it is, I use the exactly same things on my mindset around working out and eating. I now choose that I get to eat whatever I want, whenever I want, and work out whenever I want, if I want to, and I get to be naturally thin. Now, I could turn around to my entire audience who is interested in online business and coaching and how to make money online and funnels and strategy. I feel totally fine turning around to the same audience and selling a program on how to be naturally thin. You don't have to develop the perfect target market for exactly what you're going to sell. You are the product, right? You are the product. Your energy is everything. People buy your energy, not your programs. I would feel completely comfortable selling business coaching, funnels, weight loss, t-shirts, jewelry, anything in between, and all of those things. I don't really have a jewelry in mind. I definitely have a t-shirt line in mind because we have so many good quotes at this time, right, guys? I was writing this the other day. I'm like, literally, I want to live in my turquoise necklaces, t-shirts, like tank tops, like spiritual gangster style tank tops that are my own, with my own like quotes and goodness on them, great pair of jeans or cut off shorts, and be barefoot. Like, that's kind of my style. And I thought that to be wealthy, I had to change. And now I get that all I really need to be is myself, right? Okay, guys, any questions? Any questions on business? Any questions on, we went over everything at this point in terms of exactly what I spend in my business a month, where that money goes, exactly what I sold last month to bring in $106,000. Any other questions? You can ask more about that. You can ask anything. I'm an open book. Zero filter. Ask me anything. I'm going to get myself in trouble with that question someday, knock on wood. No, but really, I think you guys can ask me just about anything. Hi, love. Hi, lovely lady. I want a soulmate tribe for sure. Kelly, the best way to attract a soulmate tribe is to start being your authentic version of yourself. Because what I realized is in the past when I hadn't done that, it's because I was acting like other coaches and people that I thought were experts out there. And so I was attracting their soulmate tribe, not my soulmate tribe. Here's what I know now. When I speak, I'm going to trigger people. I know that now. And I'm either going to trigger people because they're my soulmate dream clients and they're going to be like, thank God, finally someone gets me. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Yes, I don't even need to see the sales page. Just sign me up. They're either on that side or they're on the other side where they're like, this lady's batshit crazy and I don't want to be around her and I don't want to hear her stuff. So unsubscribe, I'm leaving. I know this at this point. I know that I'm not going to be everyone's favorite person. And I can't say that that's easy. I mean, especially as women, we love to be liked, right? Like we want everyone to like us. That's been one of my biggest fears that's held me back from growing faster is, of course, I want everyone to like me. Of course, I want to be friends with everyone. Of course, I just want to hang out with everyone on the patio in the sun and have a beer. Like that's my personality. And so to know that for me to reach millions, impact millions, and make millions, that I am going to reach some people that don't love what I'm doing is just kind of part of the gig. And so to be at peace with that and to know that the best way to attract your soulmate tribe is to be yourself, is to be the authentic, vulnerable version of you and share your message, share your story, share what you stand for, share what you stand against, right? Now, I'm not putting stuff out there specifically to try to trigger people. I'm putting stuff out there to speak my truth. I'm putting stuff out there to express my art. That's what matters the most to me, and I know it's not going to vibe for everyone, but here's what I know to be true. I have never attracted the level of soulmate dream clients who are just epic and so fun to be around and who are getting massive results and who are the same people that I would hang out with and have a cocktail with at happy hour and can see them building their 6- and 7-figure businesses. I've never had this kind of tribe. I've never been this in love with my tribe before, and it started by me deciding that I love my tribe, that my tribe grows every single day, that I love and adore my community and they love and adore me. And I just affirm this and I step into it. And naturally, all of my social media has grown. My list has grown. My income has grown. And it's energy. It's not marketing strategy. Marketing strategy is 20% max. Be me too? I don't know what that means, Pernell. Is it a bee joke? Right, not available. Exactly. What did you sell? Great question. So I actually even I wish I could say your name correctly. Is it Diacre? I probably am just murdering it, and I'm so sorry. It looks like such a gorgeous name. I actually did a screenshot just a little bit ago that showed a breakdown. Here, I can show you guys again of what I actually sold last month. I had over 100 sales come in, and it was, what did I actually sell last month? Let's see, the $15 sales are my millionaire, no, what is it called? Manifest Fast. The $15 sales you'll see over here is my Manifest Fast bundle. It's my tripwire. So after someone opts in to my list for the first time, it's what pops up on the thank you page. It's $15. It's a Manifest Fast like audio bundle. So I sold those last month. Those were on automatic with my funnels. I don't know what this first $97 sell is because there's another one. They're on my phone. I could actually bring them up on here because I don't write what they are when I'm keeping track of them. But there's payment plans from people who've bought past things. There's people who are paying for one-on-one coaching they did with me earlier this year that are on a payment plan. A lot of the income that came in last month was for my Turned On Rich and Free Academy. That's where a lot of it came from. that's the main thing I sold last month. I planned on selling like I plan anything. Let's be totally honest here. I thought I would probably sell more than one thing last month intentionally, but the only thing I really marketed last month was my academy. And I have, like I said, 23 people signed up for that right now. I had somewhere between 15 and 18 of them sign up in the last month. And so that was between $1,000 and $5,000 per each person who signed up, depending on if they paid in full or the payment plan. I have to sneeze. Whew, okay, I'm good. I'm going to hold it in for a second. I think I'm good. That mastermind price has definitely gone up significantly at this point because that was a founder's pricing that I did last month. So that's something else that I sold. Let me just flip this around so you can kind of see for a second. Okay, so this is how I keep track of my finances. This is what I do. So this was the 1st of April. You can see that I had decided already that I was making $100,000 a month. So this is the income that actually came in, and this was me keeping track of it every day. So April 1st, like less than $200 came in, but that's okay. Money came in every single month. That's all I'm available for. Yeah, April 2nd, 15. April 3rd, 15. These weren't really big, exciting days, guys. But then it started to pick up. See, then like look at April 5th. April 5th was a good day. A lot of payments came in here. So you can see like these are all the different payments that came in from a lot of different things. And this is everything that came in. Let's see, you guys stare out my window for a minute. Last month. So it was over 100 cells. It was, I mean, there was even like one of the things that's on here, there was a surplus check of $3,800 that came in because our mortgage rate got readjusted and we'd like overpaid in the past. So they gave us a refund check. So this is everything. This is everything. I believe in tracking everything. So majority of this came in from my coaching business. Some of it was random checks like that one. Some of it was, I got a random check from one of my my network marketing business. I only have one. Which I don't grow really actively, but it's nice to get like random checks in the mail. Any other questions? How many years in biz? I kicked my biz off in 2014. I sold two $50 single coaching sessions pretty quickly for $50 each. And then May was when I increased my prices to $5,000. I sold my first $5,000 coaching package that month because this is the thing. When I started my business in 2014, I was in a very similar energetic space that I'm in now. It was getting distracted by other people. And I don't blame other people. It was my own choice. It was my own journey that I needed to go through. But that's what kind of distracted me for a while and took me off this path. And I've had so many people reach back out to me who were working with me or in my community my first year back in 2014 who haven't really said you're back, but kind of like, I'm so happy you're here. I've always loved your energy. I'm so excited to see you shining in this way. It's been fascinating to watch all the people kind of coming out of the woodwork that I'm like, oh my God, you were one of my first clients. I'm so excited to be reconnecting because my energy is back into that space. So back in 2014, May was my first 10K month. It was my first anything month. It's when I sold my first coaching package. Prior to that, I'd only sold two $50 single coaching sessions. I decided to raise my prices to $400, nothing sold. And then I got quiet and I tuned in and I listened to what my true desire was. My true desire was to create a $5,000 coaching package. And I don't know where I got the gumption, but that's what my soul desired. And when you say yes to your soul, life says yes to you. When you deny your soul and second guess it and put it off and say no to it, you are literally turning down the abundance knob over and over and over again. Okay. This is one of the most important things I could possibly say to you is that if you have a soul desire, you need to say yes to it as soon as possible. Otherwise, it's going to be dragging your feet and hustle and struggle. Okay. So that was 2014. I went on to create 6 figures in 6 months. The next year was like 200. I doubled it, 200K something that year. 14, 15, 16. 2016 was an epically successful year. I had a month that was up to like 200K in sales and 40K months in cash were my norm. And with all that success, I got caught up in what I thought I should need to do to go to the next level. And that's what knocked me out last year. Not knocked me out, but like I got caught up in everyone else's stuff. And so this year I'm back. This year, by the end of last year, I was like, this is not working for me. I need to get back to who I am and what I believe in and what actually works. And that's why everything's shifted massively fast. I mean, I got as low as 13K months last year. And you guys have seen my expenses. Like, my expenses are 18K a month. 13K months aren't going to move me at all forward. So, yeah, that was interesting. And so see, this is the thing. I don't care where you guys are at. I don't care where you guys are at in your business or your income or whatever. What I had to do last year in terms of getting my shit together and getting out of my head is as hard as any of that. As hard as any of that. I got myself in like 120K and like credit card debt and like taxes I need to pay. Yeah, that was awesome. And I shamed myself and I guilted myself and I sat in this chair over here and cried at night and thought I broke my business. And then I remembered that I got my shit together. I remembered I'm magic and remembered that I needed to stop just denying my soul desires. I needed to get the support that I needed. So I started changing my mindset. I stopped doing everything with all of the old school marketing that people say you have to do. I got back in alignment and then it shifted, right? And January was a 30K month, and February was a 43K month, and March was like a 47K month, and April was a 106K month. And you better believe that this month here, what are we, May, will obviously surpass 100K easily, because that's who I am now. That's who I am, and that's all I choose to believe, and that's all I choose to vibrate at. Like, and it's so easy now to be like, how was I never here? How wasn't I here before? This is who I am. This is my truth, right? And that's what happens when you start saying yes to your soul desires and you stop listening to all the BS out there and you get back into alignment. You have to apologize, Keisha. Sorry, Jess, I'm at an art show. I have to watch the replay. Yes, watch the replay. Go to your art show. Go have fun. You can definitely watch the replay. What was your price points? All over the place. So that question, I'm guessing, came in after or before I showed you guys this. So like, let me show you here one more time because this probably makes the most sense. So these are sales. Yeah. So every single one of these you're seeing here is a sell. So a $97 sell, a $197 sell, a 15, a $997, a $197. Every single one of these is a sell. So this would have been a client who probably chose to pay in full for my mastermind when it was at that rate. It's quadrupled now because it's including 6 months of one-on-one coaching. So if that's something you're interested in, if you want to work with me at that high of a level, there's definitely a pay plan available. Like, just reach out to me, message me. The link is up above in the description, but every single one of these is sales that came in. Okay. So points are all over the place. So anywhere from $15 to $5,000 is what price points were last month. Now my price points are anywhere from $15 to $20,000. And you guys, if you look at it, it's not that the majority of the income came in because I'm selling premium coaching, right? I'm not really selling that much premium coaching now. It's not the focus of my business. The focus of my business is really two things. I mean, building up the academy, Turned On Rich and Free Academy, is a lot of my focus. That's where I want to spend the majority of my time, is really supporting the women who are committed to working in this same way of like discovering their own way of marketing and working in a way that feels totally aligned with their souls and not getting caught up in all the BS and rules that everyone else says we have to do. That's my biggest focus, my biggest desire right now. And that's what Turned On Rich and Free Academy is all about. It's my 6-month mastermind, and I just added on 6 months of unlimited one-on-one support included with that as well. I mean, and there's women in here who are just getting started, and there's women in here who have $1 million business. So it's about your energy as much as anything. And if you're interested in that and you'd love to work with me one-on-one for the next 6 months, the link is up above in the description. You can click there and message me and just get more details. Yeah, there's no pressure. I'll just share everything with you. Yes, definitely probably a huge hurdle for me. Got to be okay with not all people are going to love what I have to say, for sure. Hi, Marianne. Hey. Do you have VA do slides for you, like Keynote and PowerPoint? No, because I'm not doing any webinars right now, Amy. I mean, they could potentially. I hear you guys in terms of like being somewhat of a perfectionist. I could probably delegate that, but I have not yet. Yeah, and I'm not doing any webinars. I haven't done a webinar this year. That's interesting, right? Like, looking at what my income has been, I haven't done a single webinar this year. I don't know if I'll do any more webinars. I love webinars. No, let's take that back. I think webinars are awesome. I think they're incredibly effective. I think if they're done well, they're insanely effective. I always had tons of sales come in on my webinars, and Facebook Lives feel easier. So I'm going to do Facebook Lives. ToLivingFree, Keisha. Love it. Christina, just what was the left-hand column? There was the column. Yeah. The column with the date. And then what was the one directly next to it? Yeah, so the column with the date, the column directly next to it is the countdown for my income goal. And then the next column over is my actual income, or what came in sales-wise. The fun thing about this too is now you guys know I'm not full of shit. It's not like I made 106K. Like, well, look at the numbers. I wanted $100,000 to come in. So this is the countdown. So when these are the sales. This is the countdown from this $100,000 that I was committed to bringing in last month. So you can see, like, okay, by the 6th, I'd brought in like 8,000 can we scroll over? Let's see if I can show you guys this one over here. So this is when I knew that I'd hit it. See, coming into 424, I only had 17,000 left to earn to hit my 100K for the month. So look at this, 429, this is about sticking to the game, not game, but sticking, like being serious. I was in there to the very end. I mean, look at it. It was almost the last day of the month when it came in. You don't get to waver. You decide that it's done and you stick with this. So by 428, $6,000 still needed to come in for me to hit my 100K for the month. By 429, only 1,000. Because a 5K payment come in. Actually, several 5K payments. So, I mean, on the 29th, what, 5, 10, $11,000 came in that day over that, which smashed through. So then I ended the month being $6,072 over. In a good way. That's fun. I'm glad I keep track. It's nice. It's nice to be able to show you guys this because I think it makes it real. Right? It's not just like, oh yeah, look, I'm this fancy entrepreneur drinking champagne and I make $1 bajillion. Like there's actually, it's real. This is how it happened. This is how I stuck to it. It was like 2 days before and I was still in it. I was still in the game. Like I'm still, and I am like, and the easier it gets, the easier it gets. Now I'm like, oh, like last month, let's see. This is actually interesting for me. So by last month on the 7th, going into the 8th, I had made 22,000. I was pretty much on track. But I mean, I've sped it up. This month I've already had 25K come in within that first week. So I'm right on track. The easier it gets, the easier it gets. That's what I decided. Any other questions? No, those aren't sales also. Yeah. Or is that what you're looking exactly to make each day? No, in order to reach that. Nope, just a countdown, just subtracting. Yeah, just subtracting. So left-hand column is the dates. The middle column is counting down from what my income goal was. And the right-hand column is the income that actually came in. Right? Cool. Makes sense? All right, guys, any other questions? I think we've gone over all of it. For those of you who are just hopping on, we went into a ton of details today, exactly what my business expenses are, who my team members are, how much I pay to them, why I don't do Facebook ads, how much I spend on boosting Facebook Lives a month and why I do that instead of Facebook ads. We went over all of that, how much I spend on coaching a month is in here. I showed you guys repeatedly what actually came in every single day and how I kept track of that. That's what I was just showing you there. You can see that I sold things from $15 to $5,000. So lots and lots of price points in there. So no, you don't have to be selling like 20K packages or 50K packages to make 100K. You get to choose. You choose who you are. You choose what you make. And then you get to sell whatever you want to sell, knowing that the money shows up for you. And that's just how it is. That's a decision that you make. If you're interested in learning more about this, if you want to work with me one-to-one, I just opened up 6 months of one-on-one coaching. It's included with my Turned On Rich and Free Academy. It's epic. It's epic. It's epic. So the link is up atop. My English today is, I left Nina, one of my Academy ladies, a message earlier about we have a Vegas high roller retreat next 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, May 22nd, which by the way, if you sign up for the Turn On Rich and Free Academy, you can come, you're more than welcome to come join us for our high roller VIP day. It's just something that's included in the Academy automatically. I was trying to leave her a message and I was like, I don't even know what to tell you, Nina. Apparently I was really excited. Like my ability to say my words clearly was not working. It's also in the point. I've probably been on here about an hour now, and that's usually when my brain like kind of just goes to sleep. But yeah, we went over all of that today. If you're interested in working together in a higher level way, if you know things can be easier and you're so ready to step into that space and so over all of the like complicated marketing strategy, because let's get real, I had no editorial calendar last month. I haven't done a single webinar this year at all. I'm not running any Facebook ads. I do boost my Facebook Lives. But other than that, there's no like launch formula or anything. And my business is now going to create consistent 100K months, and that's how it is. So be it. So you can click the link up above. That immediately opens up my messenger. And then you can just say, hey, Jess, can you send me more about your private coaching, about your mastermind? And I'll put all those details in there so you can look those over. It is limited number of spaces at the moment because there's 6 months of one-on-one coaching included at this point. So you basically have unlimited voice and text messaging with me for 6 months, in addition to our weekly mastermind calls, in addition to ongoing support in our private community, in addition to all access pass to all of the like live VIP days and retreats that I'm putting on. We're going to Vegas this month. We're going to Colorado next month. I'm just going to keep doing these regularly because I love being in person with my ladies. You get immediate access to every program and course I've created, plus anything I create over the next 6 months. So you have all of my courses, programs, and trainings. You don't have to ever use any of them, but if you need specific strategy, I'll direct you to which one's going to help you the most. It's about not needing anything else. It's about being fully supported. It's about being in a community of visionary women and doing things differently. If this interests you, let me know. Click the link up above and send me a message. If you're already in the academy and you want to upgrade to the unlimited one-on-one coaching for the next 6 months as well, just reach out to me, and I'll send you all the details about upgrading. All right, guys? The light just came through really bright. Can't actually read your comments. There we go. Makes total sense. Awesome. Hey, Marianne, I have to watch the replay. Do it. Watch the replay. And hi, Melissa. Good to see you. You'll have to watch the replay too. There's lots of goodness here. All right, guys, to Living Free. This is Jessica Caver Lindholm. I'll see you soon. Bye.